Wow, that was a really thick piece of plastic. I actually handled that pretty well.
Oh, Dad, I forgot to tell you. Today is the Halloween party at Big Ben School. It's at.
Now, cutting tape and that sort of thing is not going to dull your blade too quick. Even this, like, packaging tape, it's not going to cut your chip out your blade, dull your blade too fast. I think it's going to be pretty reasonable. But when you start cutting cardboard, cardboard has little bits of grains and granules in it, and it actually does take a nice acute edge to slip through it. And then when you cut across the grain, not with the baffles, but against the baffles, you do actually exert a fair amount of force on that edge. And depending on the geometry, you can actually see an edge completely disappear. I've seen it before on cheaper steels, but a lot of times running this blade back and forth over 40 boxes, yeah, you just wouldn't have any edge left over. I've even seen blades like 8CR MOV after just 4 or 5 boxes lose their acute sharpness and become just kind of generally dull or folded edges when you're cutting zip ties. This one has a properly designed edge for the utility task that I put it through, and I wouldn't say that you're going to find this dulling out really fast, nor is it going to be the scary sharp thin edge, because it needs to be tough enough to do basically an in-between of those tasks. And I just find that the blade design is very, very conducive for both operations because it's got a nice handle, really nice scallops, comfortable, no hot spots, excellent action, really good pocket clip, lanyard hole. I like the coloration. It's not too intimidating when I take it out and cut up something. Like a fixed blade might intimidate some people if you're just at your local Walmart cutting something or opening something. But if you hand this blade to someone, most of the time they can figure it out. It's mostly just this access style lock that people have to play around with. And the action is really good on this. Even after this last month being kind of hard on it, blade centering is still good, still true, and it feels good. If anything, it's just smoothed out even more. And I tend to use deployment with the thumb studs, personally. and one-handed closing is always a benefit. Left-handers, rejoice, it is left-handed friendly. You can switch that pocket clip over. No problem. No problem at all. These tend to be a little bit harsh for something like this. These plates, this one would be fine. I could probably touch up that gouge just using this one diamond plate. It's very smooth. It's been broken in pretty well. Well, I've used this blade heavily, very heavily, for almost a month every day, and I would actually say it's considerably more use than most blades see for me because I was helping a friend move and cut down a lot of boxes. He had a lot of work to do, and there's just all this project around this house and setting up, and there's constant cutting of zip ties and prying things out of walls. Man, I have done so much with this blade. It's seen more use than most blades do for me in a month, and I use blades a lot. But this one has seen a lot, and because of that, yeah, there's quite a few folds on it. There's quite a few dull spots. What I'm going to start with is I'm just going to kind of strop it a little bit and see what that feels like. It's probably not enough because I've let this go beyond the point where you should. Most of the time, you want to make sure you strop them up as you're going. At the end of the night, if you use it real heavy during the day, or even halfway through the day in my experience, a lot of blades need to be stropped. I've got a fluffy side leather here, and I usually just burn a little bit of this compound in, not a lot, but a little bit. And then I've got this, which I haven't put compound on in years, and that's mostly just a flat piece of leather, cowhide. So I'm just going to strop it and see what happens. I'll probably still have to end up sharpening it, but we'll see if there's any part of this that can be stropped back. In my experience, D2 can be pressed hard for stropping purposes. Some like it a little bit more gentle, and you can over-strop them quickly. I just don't find that D2 tends to be that way. Usually, it's a little bit more rugged, and I almost don't have to be as careful even. I can be a little bit reckless when I'm stropping, get different directions even, and it tends to work okay. This isn't a blade I'm going to put a very thin edge on. I'm going to put a functional V edge on it every time because I want to be able to hit it on a work sharp or strop it quickly, and it's not going to be, the work of art edge that I have on a lot of other blades that are more for woodworking or those kind of particular tasks. This is for, I guess, for some people, tactical application would be their way of seeing it. Some people, self-defense. It's got a nice clip style point, a little bit of a drop there. It's rugged. It's got jimping. It's got really nice handle ergonomics. I mean, the blade overall has a really nice feel, excellent feel. So for them, it's going to be tactical. And for me, it's a utility blade and defensive backup if I cannot use a firearm and I need to defend life or limb. I suppose that's where this would come in. But a lot of times it's in the pocket because I'm going to use it like I have over the last month. Yeah, there's still some gouges in this guy. Definite gouges there. It's going to be hard to work those out with just, not gouges, chips. It's going to be hard to work those out with just a strop, but let's find out. Oh, there's a couple sharp spots now. So the places that were just worn, I can tell, I think it's going to come back on those spots. If I had properly maintained this while I was using it, I bet you I could have got that to strop back to functional performance level. It's actually not too bad. Quite a few spots sharpened up. But in order to get that clean edge all the way back, I will have to go ahead and hit it on a ceramic at the very least, or give it a slight reprofile, just a very slight reprofile. Not too bad considering I really beat on this thing over the last month. All right, I like the blade. I do recommend it for those who can handle a little bit more of a medium to large size tactical blade. Application wise, what makes sense for a blade like this would be EDC carry, definitely something for the law enforcement, tactical operations community. I think you could get a lot of this because it's not so thin, and people who have XL size hands, obviously for me, it does really well. Folks who need to go lefty, could be for you as well. There's not always an option for that, and I think you guys appreciate that more than anybody. People who like a steel that can take a nice edge. N690 is fairly similar to like VG10. What I found with VG10 is it can take a wicked sharp edge, really wicked sharp, and I found it to be easy to strap back most of the time. And so what I'm going to find out with this, as it replaces my shop knife over the next 5 or 6 years, is I'm going to find out if this can be strapped back really easily, if it can sharpen up really easily over year after year after year, because I will wear into this blade a good bit, just like I did in the last one. The last one doesn't even look like the blade that it was anymore. It's so worn out. It was a Tonto. The previous one was a Tonto, and now it looks like this, actually, a little bit. Just basically collapsed the Tonto. Anyways, I think folks who will get a lot of this would be people in the tactical operations community who can wear a bigger blade, people who just like a bigger EDC and like that thumb deployment, as well as this type of locking mechanism. If that's for you, you like that on other blades, you like this one, it's very smooth. And I think people who understand the value of the nuances, you know, the really nice refined jimping, the excellent fit and finish of the blade, the scallops on the handles that don't give hot spots, and a really nice guard for, you know, if you actually had to use the thing in certain applications, you want your hand locked in pretty well. I like that the pocket clip carries well, it retains well in the pocket, but it slips in and out without a lot of fuss over jeans or thick pair of pants like duty pants that have reinforced stitching around the pocket for your knife. Sometimes those don't receive thin pocket clips very well. This one has just enough on that stainless clip. And I love the coloration. So if you're into those sort of things, I think it's going to be great for you. For me, not so much the tactical side, but more of the working in the shop or EDC type. I could feel comfortable throwing this in the pocket and using it on most applications, including some kitchen stuff. It actually did just fine for that. But my application will be mostly EDC and maybe an occasional backup defensive blade. I could see that it has the reach, it has the design, and the utility both, so I'm happy with it. Thank you to Skallywag for sending this out. I like it. I like a lot of their designs. I'm gonna encourage you to check out the link in the comments, head over and see what else they have. If this isn't exactly your cup of tea, they have a lot of designs, actually quite a few designs I haven't even seen yet. So I've been spending some time on the website, kind of getting a feel for the company and the brand and what they have to offer. If this isn't exactly it for you, maybe watch some of these other videos or click the links down below.